Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back on May the 4th be with you. You probably caught those innuendos in the morning, just in case you didn't know today was May the 4th be with you. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musing Science and Technology channel.
Yep, and we're talking about a science slash geological topic today or this afternoon. So this is pretty interesting. Hopefully everybody's heard of this volcano that we're going to talk about, but if you haven't, you're about ready to be enlightened. So
continuing our May the 4th be with you, I'm referring to this as Mustafar, the Mustafar system. And this is what it is. New research suggests Mount Etna forms from deep mantle magma pockets, possibly classifying it as a rare petit-spot volcano rather than a typical tectonic or hotspot volcano. Mount Etna, located in Sicily, my wife went to Italy on her mission, is the most active volcano in Europe. Yet scientists have long struggled to explain how it formed, as no existing geological model fully accounts for its origin. How about magma pushes it up to the surface? Is that too reductive? A new study from researchers at the University of Lausanne offers fresh insight into this mystery and suggests that Etna may be unlike any other volcano on Earth. Would you like to know more?
So off topic, did your wife serve in Sicily?
No, she didn't. It was too dangerous.
Oh, gotcha. The volcano is more than 500,000 years old and rises over 3,000 meters or about 9,800 feet. So it's pretty tall, above sea level along Sicily's eastern coast. It erupts multiple times each year, making it both the most active and one of the most closely studied volcanoes in the world. Even so, its formation remains only partially understood, with no single geological process fully explaining its development.
Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen right now is 5 million years ago, what the tectonic plates were doing. The African plate, we've talked about the African plate, how it's splitting.
Yeah.
So, and the next slide will be 500,000 years ago. And then the third slide after that will be present day. So check out how this tectonic is moving and the little magma, okay? All right. In research published in the Journal of Geophysical Research, Solid Earth, on April 7th, remember that day, April 7th, scientists from the University of Lausanne, working with Ana Rosa Cosaro of the Istituto Nazionale di Geofisica e Volcanologia in Catania, present a new hypothesis for how Mount Etna formed. Their work provides insight into why the volcanoes erupt so frequently and why it may help improve volcanic hazard assessments by researchers at INGV in Catania, Italy.
Although it sits near a subduction zone, its chemical makeup resembles that of hotspot volcanoes, even though no hotspot exists nearby. According to the new study, Etna differs from typical volcanoes because its magma does not form just before eruptions. Instead, it is supplied by small amounts of magma already present in the upper mantle, about 80 kilometers, roughly 50 miles below the surface. That's a lot.
Okay, and this slide was 500,000 years ago, and you can see how that tectonic plate is starting to push down.
Yep, right? There's a gap there, bigger gap there below Sicily.
Yeah. Okay, let me move to this present day here. You can see it's gone vertical now. This magma moves upward in bursts driven by complex tectonic forces linked to the collision of the Africa and Eurasian plates. As the tectonic plate bends near the subduction zone, fractures open, allowing magma to rise through them, similar to liquid being squeezed out of a sponge.
Researchers suggest that Mount Etna may belong to a lesser-known fourth category of volcanoes called petit-spot. That's PETIT spot volcanoes, first identified in 2006 by Japanese scientists, and they've got their fair share of volcanoes over there, right? What is that? Fuji, right? Mount Fuji.
Yeah, Fuji.
These small submarine volcanoes provide evidence that pockets of magma exist near the top of the mantle, an idea proposed decades ago, and show that such magma can form volcanoes under the right conditions.
Okay, I'm going to put us back to us. There we go. In another published paper, researchers found a vast magma reservoir in Tuscany, which is in Italy, using seismic noise analysis, showing hidden volcanic systems can exist without surface clues and aiding resource exploration. How can scientists detect magma buried 5, 10, or even 15 kilometers? Remember, Etna had pools 80 kilometers below the surface when there are no visible clues above ground. The answer is ambient noise tomography, a method that measures subtle natural vibrations in the earth with remarkable accuracy.
Using this approach, researchers from the University of Geneva, the Institute of Geosciences and Earth Resources, and the National Institute of Geophysicals and Volcanology uncovered a massive magma reservoir beneath Tuscany, estimated at 6,000 kilometers. What is that?
Cubed.
Cubed, which is about 1,440 cubic miles. That's a lot. Tuscany, that's famous for its vineyards, right? Tuscany vineyards. Lots of wine. That's a big part of their gross national product. Yeah, their industry, right?
Economy, yeah. So I wonder if this area, Etna and Tuscany, if that's considered like a super volcano like Yellowstone. I wonder.
Okay, could be, yeah.
This discovery is not only important for understanding Earth's interior, but also has practical value. It could lead to faster, more affordable ways to identify geothermal energy sources and locate critical materials like lithium and rare earth elements, which often form an association with deep magmatic activity. These findings were published 1 week later. Remember, the first one was April 7th in Communications, Earth and Environment on April 14th, 2026.
As Steve just mentioned, famous volcanic regions such as Yellowstone National Park in the United States, Lake Toba in Indonesia, and Lake Tuopo in New Zealand are known to contain enormous underground magma bodies that span thousands of kilometers. Scientists identified these systems through clear surface signs, including volcanic deposits, craters, ground movement, and gas emissions. Without these indicators, however, large magma accumulations can remain hidden deep within the crust. That is precisely what researchers found in Tuscany.
The team identified the reservoirs of volcanic fluids totaling, as Scott said, 1,440 cubic miles, located at depths of 8 to 15 kilometers or 5 to 9 miles within the continental crust. The studies involve scientists from UNIL, along with collaborators from IGG, CNR, and INGV. Scott pointed that out.
Researchers detected the molten rock using ambient noise tomography, a technique widely applied in seismology. It effectively allows scientists to X-ray the Earth's crust by analyzing natural vibrations produced by ocean waves, wind, and human activity.
Keep going.
Okay. Together, these observations indicate that the magma feeding Mount Etna has long existed in the upper mantle, with variations in eruption volume mainly driven by plate movements, as we showed in the slides. This supports the idea that Etna's activity is linked to the petit-spot mechanism. Interesting.
Yeah, and I did not know that much magma. Usually you think of magma coming up like a straw, just coming up through the volcano, boom. But here, big reservoir. I did not know that, man. When it goes, it's going to go hard.
Well, and if you think about it, when it goes, that's going to create a void, right? So then what's going to happen? Is the ground above going to collapse? Yeah.
Maybe like we see in the scriptures, the earth will roll like a scroll, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
scary
part
stuff.
of it.
Scary stuff. So maybe move your vineyards.
Don't live in Hawaii or Etna or Vesuvius.
Exactly. So
all right, folks. Thanks for joining us. May the 4th be with you. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Yep. We'll see you on May 5th. That would be Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Let's have a party, man. Let's appropriate that culture and have a party.
Gotcha. All right. Have a good night. Take care, everyone.